Hi everyone and welcome to Thorpe Parks. Today it's Monday the 25th of March. Therefore we are just out of the opening weekend of both Chessington World of Adventure and Thorpe Park. To be honest with you, this video was not meant to be. I didn't want to vlog. Actually, I haven't recorded anything during my visit. I had a friend visiting from Italy. We've done both parks over the weekend and that was about it. I wasn't meant to do the video just because, to be honest, nothing really changed in both parks until Hyperia opens. Yes, there is a leak of paint in Thorpe Park, Sparkle Project, nothing really changed in Chessington. And so I was just there to enjoy my time. The reason why I decided to do this video is that, to be honest, season started and let the shit show begin, I would say. Or shall I say, let the shit show commence, to use, the Wicker Man pre-show. Things were so wrong, to be honest, to kind of push me to say, okay, I need to witness and, a bit of complain and mumble and rumble and rattle and all about how bad things were. So, this video is about what didn't really work out and why there was enough to talk about to do a video on the opening weekend. And so, this is what we're gonna cover. Unfortunately, there is not a lot of footage, so you're gonna see my face most of the time, but that's about it. Before we start, of course, subscribe to the channel. Just hit the subscribe button, or you can use the QR code that you're seeing on screen now. But now, let's start. And so, let's start with Chessington. I was there on Saturday, the 23rd of March, so we're talking about day 2 within season 24. There is nothing new, honestly, in Chessington. The park didn't look really on point, looks a bit tired, a bit run down, not really looked after. But saying that, you have just opened, you're on day 2 of the season. So you would expect everything to be, being maintained and, the usual winter maintenance and everything to be ready to open. You're day 2. So, the day started with Dragon's Fury really struggling to open, but also to operate along the day, to the extent that during my visit, we had 3 free evacuations from Dragon's Fury. At the same time, also Rattlesnake struggled to open. It opened really late, and then all the rides had kind of breakdowns, but the weather also was not really 100% nice. Actually, it wasn't. So that might be the thing. Would that have been enough to do the video? No. But when I saw that the following day, so we're talking Sunday 24th, I wasn't there, but we're talking about the first Sunday of the season, Chessington, both Dragon's Fury and Mandrill's Mayhem. So the 2 main coasters out of 3, right? You got Dragons, you got Mandrill, and you got Vampire. So basically those are the coasters. So go 3, 2 out of 3 on the first Sunday of the season 24 after the winter maintenance. Both of them never opened during the whole day because of technical reasons. Now, this cannot happen. How can you be with 2 of the main coasters out of 3 completely broken that you cannot even open them within the all 8 hours opening times of the park on the 3rd day of the season? This is just shit show. But Thorpe Park wasn't better. And let's find out what happened there. And here we go, Thorpe Park. I was there on Sunday, 24th of March. Now, let's keep it in context. Sparkle Project, amazing. The park looks, with this new lick of paint, and everything kind of fixed, looks really nice, looks finally clean, tidy. It's got a kind of fresh feeling, which is really, really good. Also, of course, we're talking about Hyperia. It's there in your face, it's massive, it's bold, can't wait to ride it. And also the area around Hyperia is being kind of recladded. So the Burger King, the toilets and everything, all that looks really, really nice and ready to go. So I'm not saying that Thorpe Park doesn't look good. Actually, it was a really good day. But again, we are on day 2 of the season. And Detonator, we were just half an hour in the park, was around 10:30, was getting evacuated already. It was a good start. But then, let's talk about Colossus for a second. We've been bombarded for months about Colossus being refurbished, retracked, repainted. The Sparkle Project was all around Colossus and all that. You are now on day 2 of the season, and Colossus never opened during that day due to technical issues. Now, sorry, what have you been doing exactly during the winter? Were you just painting things without doing the maintenance, or what? God knows. Let's talk about the Ghost Train as well. Ghost Train usually opens at 12. It was quarter to 1 when they managed to open it. Reason, technical issues. It wasn't working. Which again, there is not a lot of technical things in Ghost Train as well. So it's like, okay, right. But anyway, how comes on day 2 rides are not operating? How comes they are broken down? It doesn't make any sense. But say that Ghost Train managed to open 1 hour later than due. And also they removed the gift shop at the exit. No idea why. Then other, small details. For example, Nemesis Inferno, the station was running with emergency lights on, and no one really bothered about it, as if it was normal. It wasn't. And actually, the station is not really good. It was not really nice looking. So the darker, the better. It's like you shouldn't light it up. With all the lights on, it looked horrible. But anyway. And then lots of different, small details or things that just didn't work. So, for example, operations were not really good. Also, I know that they got new stuff in, fully understandable. And I don't really know how the training process works, but I know that at some point there is a shadowing stage in which the trainee has to shadow a qualified operator, let's say, and look what they do. And then at some point they kind of switch, and so the trainee starts doing things like checking the restraints and all that, but of course they are not qualified yet to kind of declare a train ready to be dispatched. So the trained operator has to kind of redo the same things and kind of certify that what the trainee has been doing is correct. So, to cut a long story short, basically, what one operator usually does is going to be done by 2, 3, 4, whatever. It looks like lots of people just doing the same thing over and over again before dispatching the train. Now, I do understand and appreciate that new staff and, trainees need to be trained. That's obvious. But, Merlin, seriously, on a weekend, on the opening weekend, why don't you do all this shadowing stage during the week when the park is quieter? If you are really like at high capacity, you don't need really to slow down operation with all this shadowing and all that. Just doing over the week. I mean, you don't need to master a Roller Coaster Tycoon 3 or having 2 degrees at the Walt Disney University, right? It's just common sense. Don't do it during the weekend, and that's it. So, again, the experience was, the day at Thorpe Park was amazing, don't get me wrong, and, I love Stealth, and the lineup, of course, is amazing, but to see in both Chessington and Thorpe Park rides on day 2 of the season, really like at the opening of the season, struggling or not even opening for the whole day because of technical issues, that was kind of disturbing, annoying. I don't really know. Now, I'm not going to talk about Alton Towers for a reason. I haven't been there, so I'm not going to judge, but I'm just going to report a couple of things that I've seen online. First thing was like Nemesis. Again, 2 or 3 days down the season, was probably from the Monday after the opening weekend. They were running half a train out of 2. We know there were issues with the brakes, whatever. Now, Alton Towers say that we're going to do like 10,000 test cycles of the train, so dispatch the train in testing 10,000 times before opening. How comes they haven't found out the issue with the brakes and actually comes out 2 days after the opening? Really? Have you done the testing? We don't know. But also, I'm going to report one thing that I was kind of laughing. Theme Parks Worldwide, they've done the Oblivion VIP experience. And that they tend to find out the positive and the good out of everything. And I'm not saying that they are, faking, but they got a really positive approach. Watch the video on that to hear Sean and Charlotte saying, I would not recommend, it was crap, it was just horrible, it's so poorly organized. It's like really, from them, it really means it was really, really bad. And again, I don't know, everything feels like rushed, that we didn't know that we're gonna open, everything is like last minute arrangements and things, which is just annoying because at the end of the day, you're opening the season, everything should be, singing and dancing, and it's not. Imagine going to Europa Park on the opening weekend and saying, Silver Star and Blue Fire, sorry, we're not gonna open them because we got technical issues. I mean, it's not even, you cannot even think about that. It's never gonna happen. And why in Merlin Parks everything has to be like such a shit show? God knows. Back then, we know, Blackpool Pleasure Beach Resort, whatever they're called, they had a disastrous opening weekend. Now, back then, I made a story. I was saying that probably Merlin is paying Pleasure Beach to do bad, to make sure that at least Merlin doesn't look as bad as they look. And actually, things like a bit like that. I was wondering if Merlin is trying to get another record from Pleasure Beach, apart from the tallest coaster, with Hyperia. Are they trying to get also like the worst opening weekend in the UK theme park industry? Because currently the prize is with Pleasure Beach Resort. But honestly, it looked like they've done whatever they could just to bring that back as well, because it was really like, and as I said, we were not like disasters, but to see a rise not opening or breaking down or things not working on the opening day is just wrong. Anyway, I really wish that everything goes, into a routine and normal routine, and they can fix whatever broke on day 1 or day 2, God knows how. And of course, I'm looking forward for Hyperia, and I have to say, as I say, Thorpe Park with the Sparkle Project, we made an amazing thing. Pity that they just forgot about a few things. So if you go on Stealth, those speakers, on one side they're branded new painted, on the other side they're just as they used to be. So you can see like a before and after effect, which is just like they run out of paint, maybe, we don't know. But anyway, the 2 days were actually really good. Just is annoying to see those things not working. So looking forward for Hyperia to open and wishing Merlin the best season they could have. Also because for Thorpe Park, this one is a key season. Come on, they're gonna have people from overseas coming to visit the park, first time ever. So they need really to deliver. Hopefully we're just like a couple of adjustments, for the opening season. Still annoying to see, but wishing them really like the best of luck for season 24. I hope you enjoyed the video and of course subscribe to the channel.